Big business. Big business indeed. We talk about a lot going on. The rumors are true. And the rumors are true to the effect that Mercedes Moné is all elite. She has made her AEW Dynamite debut. Mercedes Moné, better known as Sasha Banks, the former multi-time women's champion, is dead. She is all elite. And we'll get highlights on what's going to happen with Mercedes, what's her motives in AEW, and what's her boss move coming up. Also, too, coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, we got a lot of matches on the rundown. We talk about this, the World Heavyweight Championship is online. Samoa Joe defends against Wardlow, and Wardlow win the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see. Plus, the Elite, the new Elite, with the Rainmaker, Okada, and the Young Bucks taking on Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Penta in a huge six-man tag team matchup. Also, too, Darby Allin takes on one half of the Ring Honor six-man tag team champions, Jay Lethal, in a match. Willow Nightingale and Riho for main event tonight's match at the end. And Hook and Chris Jericho in an unlikely pair takes on the Gates of Agony of Taylor and Bishop Khan. We'll get there as well. Also, too, we talk about this. Brock Lesnar may be resurfacing back and maybe heading back to WWE. Will he be coming back to the road to WrestleMania? We'll get to it and more as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you're enjoying the Pro Wrestling Show. Join us right here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join by the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe this kid. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Thank you all for watching on our main channel, YouTube, and our platforms is X and Facebook. We thank you all for watching this live edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. But we're not gonna waste no time whatsoever. We're gonna get things started where it was tonight. As you see this woman right here, Sasha Banks, better known as now Mercedes Moné, made her AEW debut. And what a debut it was. It was boss moves from the jump. Mercedes Moné came out in a fancy car. And that fancy car, she made her entrance. And she made her entrance, all right, CEO. And the whole fans started saying, CEO, CEO. But she's a boss for real, dressing like a boss, being a boss, acting like a boss, thinks like a boss, wrestles like a boss. We get it all here as a boss. Mercedes Moné is back. This is her first major promotion ever since leaving WWE, when her and Naomi had their little disagreements with Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis. And we see how that went with Vince and Mr. McMahon and John Laurinaitis now, and what happened to them. Well, Mercedes Moné is back. She's looking to make an impact, make a statement, a boss statement, and she looks like she's happy. She's enjoying herself in AEW. She said likely she might be coming back to WWE down the road. That's coming a couple of years from now. But she is happy that she's back, and she wants to do something for women's wrestling in AEW. And they sent the model right here. She is all elite. Was a shocker, but you know, that way it was tonight. It was big business, and what a big business it was. Business from the front to the back end. Mercedes Moné now officially a part of All Elite Wrestling. And Mercedes Moné is looking to get things started and get things cracking. You know what I mean? Well, Mercedes Moné, we'll get to her a little bit later. She made it back on the show later on as well. So we'll get to Mercedes a little bit later. Adam Cole kept on talking about story time. He loves to say story time because he believes that Wardlow is the guy that can do it and defeat Samoa Joe to become the next AEW champion. And he wants to see Wardlow win the championship and bring it home to the undisputed truth so that Wardlow will bestow the championship to him That wasn't the case tonight. Warlow had a big fight match to him. Warlow really didn't measure up to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe took it to Warlow. Warlow really disappointed himself and disappointed a lot of people. I can't see Warlow winning a world championship now. Ever since being beat down by Samoa Joe, it's just like it's being killed and crashed and burnt to me. And it's just to me, Warlow's gonna have to rebuild himself or go to WWE because AEW don't know what to do with him, and that was their version of Goldberg. To be honest with you, they just don't know what to do, and they're trying to have dissensions in the group between Am Cole, Warlow, and all of them. Like you can tell, there's gonna be a huge turn down the road. Well, that led to Swerve Strickland coming out there. Swerve wanted to get his hands on Samoa Joe. Swerve wants to be the first African American AEW champion. In order to do so, Samoa Joe Swerve gonna have to do a lot to become the AEW champion, if you know what I mean. So we'll see what Swerve's mission is gonna be heading towards that. Well, speaking of that, we get to a lot of action right here. We get to this right here. Well, this was Samoa Joe right here. I meant to say Joe doing that. Warlow had Joe on the clutches. Warlow just couldn't do it tonight. So Warlow's gonna have to rebuild and repackage himself. It's just to me that they're just wasting time. Warlow should be at least the AEW champion and have momentum, but unfortunately, they don't see Warlow like that, and it's gonna hurt them down the road with Warlow on what's going on. So we'll see what they're gonna do with Warlow coming up. Also, too, we get to this right here. Well, Swerve getting his hands on Warlow, trying to get his hands and did. Still on that, the you know who Pat is back. Pat went against the new elite. The new elite consists of Constitution O'Connor, the Rainmaker, who made his debut last week and turned heel. And now the Young Bucks have their meal ticket, and now they found their meal ticket in right with Constitution O'Connor taking on Eddie Kingston, Pinto, and Pat. Eddie Kingston is the perfect for the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks are the authority, and Eddie Kingston is the non-authority, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. That worked, but now things are different. That the Young Bucks even elaborated that they was the ones that got Okada his passport and made the deal with Okada to bring him to AEW because Okada was thinking about going elsewhere, and so they was the ones. So I guess they're saying they was the ones that stopped and null involved the deal for Okada to come to AEW. So AEW would be the home of Okada. And then too, Okada really wanted a match at WrestleMania, but I don't know if Triple H is going to promise him that. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But only time will tell. But Okada won his match over Eddie Kingston. Okada looking for some gold. The Rainmaker knows a thing or two about winning championships, and he wants Eddie Kingston's championship Continental gold and become the new Continental champion. Okada sending a message to Kingston that he wants some gold, and he's gonna find a way to get some gold, even with the Young Bucks on his side. That might be the case. But what we saw right here, Okada pinning Eddie Kingston right here to get the 1, 2, 3. Okada could be winning on his way to win some gold sooner rather than later. Mark my word, Okada looking for some gold, and he might get some gold down the road. Well, we move on to another match right here. Darby Allin taking on Jay White. Darby Allin and Jay White. These two men, no strange to each other. Darby Allin, Jay White. Jay White, the of the Bullet Club Gold. Jay White doing the most he can. He even let Darby right here, even that patch with the ice and stuff with this glass. I don't know why Darby Allin even did that, but Darby Allin did something. He's the daredevil. He's crazy. He's a lunatic. Darby Allin taking it to Jay White outside the ring. Both men beating the holy crap out of each other. Even the referee's trying to count out Darby until Jay White's group members came out there to attack Darby. Darby didn't even have no defense until the whole Bullet Club Scissor Gang gang came out there. The Acclaim. Well, we thought the Acclaim was going to be out there to help Darby, which they tried to help Darby, but Darby was in the way, and they tagged everybody. You knew it was a swerve from the get-go that the Bullet Club Scissor game was all by themselves. So we probably will eventually see undisputed unified championship 6-man tag team titles, because the Ring of Honor tag team titles are not working, the AEW tag team titles are not working, so they're gonna have to unify them in one and absorb the AEW titles into the until a unified 6-man tag team champions or something. That's what I believe. But we could see that go far, but it could go far as that. So look forward to seeing the Acclaim versus the Bullet Club Low, part of that dynasty, 1-on-1. Also, too, the unlikely duo of Chris Jericho, the Lionheart, taking on FTW champion Hook. I don't know why Chris Jericho even want to go to different personas, but that's how Jericho rolls. Jericho going against the new Savage team, powerhouse team of the Gates of Agony. I kind of like Khan. Watch out for Khan. Khan's going to be a future star if they promote and treat him right. If I was a promoter, I would be all over Khan and Hook. But we go from there as Hook, the handsome devil or whatever the hell Taz call him, Hook and them and Khan. They try to take down Chris Jericho. You see Taylor Leone taking down Chris Jericho right here. Jericho trying to fight with all his might, but Jericho even tried to go after Khan. Jericho and Chris and Hook won their match tonight. Jericho and Hook making a statement, and a statement they made tonight. So Jericho and Hook making a statement, pinning Khan, choking Khan out. I hate when Khan loses like that, but and like Khan just gets over, but he don't never gets over for the right crowd and stuff. But hey, that be sometime it right there. But Jericho, you can tell eventually Jericho's gonna turn on Hook and turn dirty once again. That's Chris Jericho's motto. It's been Jericho's motto for years. So look for Jericho to do that forever. Speaking of that, Deonna Purrazzo says that she's gonna find her tag team partner to take on Toni Storm and her protege Mariah May. So Deonna Purrazzo did a little on-air piece. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets Mercedes Moné to team up with her, or her name Mercedes might be doing something else. Mercedes welcome herself to the women's locker room, even welcoming, even giving Riho, who was once the first lady of AEW, Riho, who was a AEW Women's Champion. Who can forget 4 years ago when both of them was opposite ends as opposite end Women's Champions? Sasha was the WWE Women's Champion at the time, and Riho was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, the AEW Women's Champion. Getting the ground up, but you know how they went. Well, we know that Mercedes have a long history a year ago with Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale was in action against Riho, and Riho and Willow Nightingale took it to each other in a phenomenal women's match. That Mercedes, not Mercedes, but Willow Nightingale won, but she got attacked from behind by Julia Hart in her protege Sky Blue. We know that Mercedes Moné came out there to help save the day. Mercedes came out there to give some assistance. Mercedes came out there and cleaned house like she did before. Mercedes Moné did what she needed to do, and she's standing tall with Willow. So we'll see how this partnership is gonna eventually last between Mercedes Moné and Willow. But it was what a moment, what a incredible moment. Mercedes Moné has done it. She is back to the wrestling world. She is indeed all elite. So Mercedes Moné is that. So congratulations, Mercedes Moné, on becoming all elite. All right, we move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. Coming up on Wrestling Hot Topics, right here, a legendary name right here. Thunderbolt Patterson has been announced as the new inductee of the WWE Hall of Fame. Many of you may remember Thunderbolt Patterson, or maybe you may not remember Thunderbolt Patterson. I know a little bit of him. He was way back in the NWA Florida days, along with Dusty Rhodes and all them. But Thunderbolt Patterson, Dusty Rhodes used to love talking about Thunderbolt Patterson. Thunderbolt Patterson. Thunderbolt Patterson is still alive, and he will get his honor at the WWE Hall of Fame in Philadelphia this next month. So we'll get to see that coming up as well. Also, too, we're hearing reports right here that Brock Lesnar, WWE's trying to plan Brock Lesnar to make a comeback. We don't know if it's going to be after WrestleMania or during WrestleMania. They almost have a month, but I'm thinking going to be after WrestleMania how they're going to do this. But we'll see how this is going to go for Brock Lesnar. This is the only 2 matches that went down. And we know that this week right here, Kyle O'Reilly will take on Keith Lee one-on-one. So we'll see that match as well, Kyle O'Reilly versus Keith Lee. And an honorable mention as well that we forgot to talk about right here. They're doing an interview with Will Ospreay, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Will Ospreay will be taking on Bryan Danielson at that AEW pay-per-view Dynasty. We'll see that coming up. He did an interview segment that he's going to do what he needs to do to win over Bryan Danielson to prove which one of these 2 are the best wrestlers in the world. Also, too, speaking of Mercedes Moné, we catch a glimpse of Bayley. Bayley was in the audience tonight for Dynamite. She was there to support her girl, Mercedes, but she did so tonight. And Bayley doing that with Mercedes. Mercedes coming looking stylish and glamorous. She always has. So you see that as well. Well, that's gonna do it here for the Pro Wrestling Show. We're gonna leave you with Mercedes Moné making a statement, making a bank statement. Coming back. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.